Hello, dear students, dear parents. Welcome to our second session of the English language distance learning program. I am presenting this session. So we will start with the correction of the homework that I gave you in the last session. Here are some examples of the homework of the last session. I'm giving you 2 minutes to take note, please. Today's session is about quantifier. We're going to start with countable and uncountable nouns review. Then we will say, I will explain to you the definition of quantifier. And we will focus on two basic quantifiers, many and much. And then we end up with some exercises. So let's start with the warm-up, okay? Here are some sentences. We have 4 sentences in here. Let me read the first sentence for you. How many friends have you got? I haven't got many friends. Is there much butter in the refrigerator? No, there isn't much butter. Look at these 4 sentences. Why did I use many in 2 sentences and I used much in the other 2? Because I use many with friends and I use much with butter. Friends is a countable noun and butter is an uncountable noun. Okay? So what are countable and uncountable nouns? Let us see together. Nouns can be classified as 2, okay? Countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Let's start with countable nouns. A countable noun can be counted, okay? How many fingers do I have? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's look at the example. 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples. We can count 1 apple, 1 plus 1, 2 apples, 1 plus 2, 3 apples. We can count them. That's why we call them countable. Second, uncountable nouns. What are the uncountable nouns? The uncountable nouns cannot be counted. We cannot put a number on it. For instance, milk. Can we count milk? No, we cannot count milk because it is a liquid. We cannot count. We cannot put a number on it. Here are more examples, okay? Look at the countable. They can be singular, an apple, 1 apple, or plural, 3 apples, okay? Look at the uncountable part. They are always singular. We cannot put S at the end. They cannot be in plural, okay? Coffee, milk. Why they can't, can they be plural? Because they cannot be counted. They are uncountable. Coffee, milk, money, and pasta. Good. So let's see if you can classify the countable and uncountable nouns. Here are some nouns. I want you guys to classify these nouns into countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, I'm giving you a moment to do so. So here is the correction of the activity that I give you. Look at the countable nouns. We put in the column of countables, eggs, apples, a tomato. Why eggs is in the countable nouns? Because we can count eggs. We can have 1 egg, 2 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs, and so on. We can even have thousands egg, okay? Apple, same thing. A tomato, 1 tomato. Can we put it in plural? Of course. We can say it 3 tomatoes, 4 tomatoes, okay? So let's look at the uncountable nouns. We have honey, butter, cheese, and milk. Why these nouns are uncountable? Because we cannot put a number on it. We cannot count them. So we have seen so far that many is used for countable nouns and much for uncountable nouns. But what are they? What are much and many? They are quantifiers. So what is a quantifier? What is the definition of a quantifier? Let us see together. A quantifier is a word which is used before a noun, as we have seen in the example, to indicate the quantity of that noun. If the quantity is a large quantity, in other words, a big quantity, or if the quantity is a small quantity. There are so many quantifiers that exist, but today we are going to focus on two basic quantifiers, many and much. Why are they basic? Because they express the quantity of things that we use every day. It is in our daily conversation. So let's look at the first example. Are there many eggs on the table? No, there aren't many eggs on the table. Look at the structure of the sentence. Are there many eggs on the table? We have a question in here. No, there aren't many eggs on the table. Exactly, we have 3 eggs, okay? Not many, a small quantity. We use many with plural countable nouns, especially in negative sentence and in questions. As we already said, that many is for large quantity, big quantity. We use it with plural countable nouns, especially in negative form and in question form. So, what do we use with positive form? We use it a lot. Let's take a look at this example. How many trees are in the forest? There are a lot of trees. A lot of trees, a big quantity in the forest. We don't use many in the positive sentence. It is not common. It is not usual. We use it instead a lot of or lots of. Both ways are correct. Example 3. On the other hand, much is used for uncountable nouns. Let's look at the first sentence. How much milk is there in the refrigerator? There isn't much milk in the refrigerator. Let's take a look at the structure of this sentence. We have a question. How about the second one? We have a negative form, a negative sentence. So we use much with uncountable nouns, unlike many, but especially in negative sentence and questions. But what do we use in the positive sentence? Example number 4. How much rice is there? There is a lot of rice, a big quantity of rice, okay? Like many, we don't use much on positive sentence. We use a lot of or lots of. Both ways are correct. So let's take a look at more examples, okay? Look at the first sentence. Do you know many people in this town? People, countable noun. We can count people. We can say 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, and so on. That's why we use many. Question form. Second sentence. No, I don't know many people. Negative sentence. See the structure? Look at the second sentence. No, I don't know many people. Negative sentence. Let's go on with the third sentence. I don't have much time. Why did we use much in here? Because time is an uncountable noun. We cannot count time. We can count hours, but we cannot count time. It is an uncountable noun. Negative sentence. Is there much cheese? Why did we use much in here? Because cheese is an uncountable noun. We cannot count cheese. Left, question. See the structure? So let us sum up what you have seen so far. Many is used for plural countable nouns, especially in negative sentence and questions. And much is used with uncountable nouns, especially in negative sentence and questions. So it is time for you to practice. Here is the first activity. You need to fill in the following sentence with many and much. I'm giving you 3 minutes to do so. So here is the correction of the first activity. Look at the first sentence. She hasn't got many friends. Why we choose many in here? Because friends is a countable noun. Look at the second sentence. I am sorry, I have not got much time. Why did we choose much in here? Why did we put much in here? Because time is uncountable noun. Did they pay you much money working here? Money is an uncountable noun. That's why we put much. Fourth sentence, how many tables are in the classroom? Tables, we can count tables, right? That's why we put many in here. And the last sentence, there is some food but not much water. Water is an uncountable noun. So we are going to finish our lesson today with a homework. I want you guys to write 5 sentences using much and many. The 2 basic quantifiers that you have learned today. So as usual, we're going to finish our lesson with a homework. I want you guys to write 2 sentences using much and 2 sentences using many. Thank you and goodbye.